Hey, welcome back to Create a Magical Day. I am your host, Joyful Genia, and whoo, spring is springing, y'all. You know what that means? Fresh start, clearing spaces, and trying not to cry when we're cleaning out that dreadful junk drawer. But let me say this up front. This is not a call for a complete life overhaul. We're not doing the hustle harder, fix everything energy over here. Today is about creating tiny shifts that feel joyful, not stressful. If you've been feeling a little cluttered physically, mentally, emotionally, or just in survival mode because, hey, we just got out of wintertime, this episode is for you. We're going to explore what it looks like to joyfully reset your life this season through small, meaningful tweaks that actually stick. So, we're diving into 3 joyful habits for you to start this spring. 1, how to create one joyful anchor moment to ground your day. Oh, that's going to feel so good. 2, how to clear the clutter physically and mentally that's honestly stealing your joy. And last, how to rebuild with joyful rhythms, not rigid rules. Okay, so whether you're walking your dog, driving to work, or sitting on your porch with a warm drink, I invite you to consider the following. What's one small, joyful shift your future self will thank you for? Today, we are sprinkling joy into your day. Welcome to the Create a Magical Day podcast. You know, spring is often sold to us as this big, fresh start moment. I used to think I had to do everything at once to feel better. But then I realized I could do something as simple as changing the pillows on my sofa, which I love. I have so many colors, so many pillows for different types of seasons. Also, going outside to ground myself. Those 2 simple things were so grounding, so easy, and such a beautiful reset for spring. Let me say this, you don't need a new routine, even though you know I am all about routines. You need a joyful anchor. So instead of thinking, I need to start a new morning routine, start with this. What's one small moment that grounds you? So I shared a couple with you in terms of changing my pillows during spring and then also going outside. But I would also like to share a few anchor moments that can shift your whole day. Are you ready? Okay. A 2-minute morning stretch while whispering affirmations. So let's stretch. Stretching feels so good for your body. When you wake up and you put your feet on the ground and you stretch your arms up, you arch your back, you push your legs out, you are awakening your body and you are saying, yes, I am ready for this day. In terms of whispering a small affirmation, think of something as simple as, I start my day with peace. You know me, I start my day with joy. But what is an affirmation that feels good to you that allows you to start your day just right? Another is opening the curtains in your home to see the morning sky. Now, if you're getting up and it's still dark time, maybe you might see some stars, but I love it. My friend calls it opening up the home. When I get up, I open the curtains in my room, I go in the living room, I open all those curtains, and I just look outside and see the beauty. Even though my next door neighbor's fence is there on the side, I can still look up and see the beautiful sky. Another is writing down one intention for the day. You know, I'm all about intentions. My mom's transformula is clear intention plus focused attention equals a divine retention. Yes and yes, which means you want to align your intention with the actions, then it becomes a habit, my friend. As you are thinking about setting your intention, think about how do I want to feel? That is what will ground you and guide you throughout your day. But let me tell you, these anchors say this moment belongs to who? Me. I've learned when one part of the day feels good, it starts to ripple into everything else. So here's a little joyful tip. I want you to set a phone reminder that simply says, this moment is for me. I want you to think what time of day feels like it needs maybe a little soft reset. Is it morning? Is it midday? Is it evening? I want you to plug that into your calendar. And when it pops up, don't just close it. I want you to stop and actually do it. Okay, say you promise. Now, let's talk about that clutter that is stealing your joy. That closet, that drawer, you know, that dreadful drawer where everything is collected. Oh my gosh. Do we all have a junk drawer, or is that just me? Spring cleaning isn't just for your closet. It's for your calendar, your mind, and your space. Mental clutter is real, and it sneaks in through overcommitments, open browser tabs, I probably have 100, and chaotic schedules. This week, pick one thing to declutter, not all the things. Maybe try cleaning off one table or counter that collects random stuff. Maybe deleting or archiving old emails. And you know, a good place to start? Promotions tab. Let me tell you, my email is insane. And I try to clear it up and it just keeps building. So I need a better routine around that. I want you to look at your weekly routines and remove just one task or one event that drains you, my friend. I want you to stop and ask yourself that real question. How does this task make me feel? You know, I am all about feelings, because when we can feel into something, that's what gives us the drive to want to do it. The space that you're clearing, I want you to fill it with something beautiful. Maybe a flower in a vase, or a sticky note with your favorite affirmation or what you're grateful for, a calming playlist, or a beautiful scent. I love to put candles on the candle warmers. I love Scentsy wax, so I'll change that out. Here's a little mini joy tip. I want you to take a before and after picture of your space. And not just for Instagram, unless you just really want to post it there, but for you. So when you look at your before and after, oh, you can settle in into how good that actually feels, how it brought you a lot of joy, and how simple it was. Last point, we're going to rebuild with joyful rhythms and not just rules. Your new rhythm should feel like a dance, not just a drill. What does that even mean, right? Instead of, I have to work out every day, what if you said, what's one movement today that brings me joy? I think about when I get up in the morning, what is my why? And I love moving my body in the morning. That honestly has been getting me up earlier. And so my why is I get to move my body. I might listen to an inspirational podcast. Love me some Joel Osteen. I also listen to these activations. They get me going, and I identify what my why is. I get up and I say, I get to go for a walk. I get to listen to these things. Maybe instead of, I need to wake up at 5 a.m. Whew, that is early. You could ask yourself, what morning rhythm makes me feel grounded? What time makes me feel good? Even though 5 may be really early, when you tap into your why and you ask yourself, what feels good in this? You get to decide. Building healthy routines can really help us with our habits. And you want to build routines that energize you, like sunshine, good music, a walk. What calms you? Tea, deep breaths, maybe journaling. I was into the artist way doing my morning pages. That was so grounding for me. And actually, it was pretty fun and exciting, especially when I would write about my future self. I just love writing to her. I want you to think about what inspires you: reading, creativity, affirmations. I want you to get outside the box, but I also want you to think something that's simple. Again, this isn't about a huge overhaul. These are those small things to create that rhythm so you have a more joyful spring. I want to share a few joyful rhythm combos. Start your week with a Sunday joy plan using your joy map. If you have not gotten your joy map, what you waiting for? Go to createamagicalday.com and grab it. Let me tell you, that joy map, it's simple and it's a game changer. I'll tell you why it's a game changer, because it has focused areas for you to quickly reflect, you write, and then you decide when you're going to action and do those things. I had someone ask me in my class this week, what is your productive process? And I was like, that's a really good question. And I can tell you where it starts, how I want to feel. And that is exactly where the joy map starts, is how you want to feel. Before you get into all the things that you want to do, how do you want to feel? Another idea is have a 3-minute dance break. I love me a midday dance party with your favorite playlist, or in your day with what's one good thing. Oh my gosh, I love that too. Reflecting on one good thing before I go to bed feels so good. So here's a little mini joy tip. I want you to rename your routines. Call it your I don't know, joyful groove or sunshine habit, my daily sparkle, instead of schedule or to do, and see if renaming it changes how it feels in your body and actually makes you want to do it. It really does make a difference. Words really matter. Like, I have to do versus I want to do this. Doesn't that feel different? Here's your joyful challenge. Pick one thing, just one, to reset your week. It could be your morning anchor, a cluttered corner, or your evening wind down rhythm. Then I want to hear about it. DM me on Instagram, on TikTok, Facebook. Email me at genia@createamagicalday.com. If you're on YouTube, leave something in the comments. I want to know, what did you choose and how did it make you feel? I want to know how your spring is springing. Let's cheer each other on with these joyful resets. And guess what I created for you? A joyful spring reset checklist. Oh, it's free. I want you to download it. It's linked in the show notes, and it's filled with simple ideas to refresh your routines. Remember, we are going for simple, not large overhauls, right? And my friend, if this episode gave you a little sprinkle, a little heart flutter, share it with someone. Share it with a friend. Share it with your sister, your mom, your auntie, your grandma, your son, your dad. Somebody, just share it. Because sharing is caring, right? But seriously, I want you to share it with someone who's ready for their own spring reset. You know how I like to wrap up the podcast with this powerful reminder. Every day may not be filled with joy. Okay, I want you to finish it. But you can create joyful moments every day. I want you to go out there. I want you to create the most joy-filled day. Joy-filled, filled with joyful moments. All right, my friend, until next time, I am sending you lots of love, hugs, and joyful vibes. Until next time, peace.